I don't know if you see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to...
Uh-oh. I stained it. I'm so stupid.
Est-ce que toi tu regrettes de ne plus pouvoir faire la fête?
Rhizome.
Oh, linseed and tung.
It definitely tastes like rhubarb.
My name is Anna. I'm an English former fashion and textile designer. I moved to Paris aged 23 to work for the French couture house Baumann and stayed for the croissants, the wine, and of course for Philip, a filmmaker from the South Tyrolean Alps. After 10 amazing years, getting married, buying and renovating 2 homes and having 2 babies, we decided city life was no longer for us. Philip had been dreaming of buying a chateau since the day we met and finally convinced me to start looking. We came to visit Chateau Gonville-sur-Honfleur. Despite being in quite poor condition and needing a complete renovation, we immediately fell in love. In May 2019, we got the keys to the chateau, our new home. With a tight budget, we had no choice but to do most of the renovations by ourselves. We're learning new skills as we go, building muscles we never knew we had, and getting creative to make the chateau as personal as possible whilst preserving its historic features. It's all part of this crazy family adventure, and we wouldn't change it for anything.
Because of those crazy last weeks working inside the house, we neglected our garden. But today I take care of this area here around our potager, our vegetable garden, starting with these roses. With all the rain of the last months, they are thriving, but they also became really heavy and fell down the supporting beam. So what I'm trying to do is to get them back onto the beam without hurting my delicate fingers on the multiple thorns. So, this will be good. Now I just would need a friend to hold it, but I don't have friends. No, I need to do it one-handed. That's gonna be fun. So, I had friends before, but then I became a very important influencer and they became jealous and they stopped calling me. That's not true. That's how we do it in Gonville. One-handed. I don't know if you see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to... That was painful. What happened? I don't know. What I'm doing, I'm trying to get this rope around here. I'm bleeding. If I squish, you can't see it. It's really difficult to wrap that rope around the supporting beam because of the thorns of the roses everywhere. If you ask why don't you ask Nathan to help you, well, it's because he's cutting the grass and it's really urgent and he has only limited time to do that. So he's doing a more important job than me right now, but I would obviously never tell him. If you think this looks silly, you might be right, but would you come up with a better idea? One is done, and I'm trying to bring the second one up here. Similar strategy, similar approach. I managed to make a knot, and let's see what happens. Doesn't look any different. Maybe a more rough approach could solve the problem. The real problem is here. These 2 branches, they are going towards this side and they should come up higher. There's another one here now, maybe everything falls to the ground. No, it didn't. That looks better. Okay. Donc c'est difficile de faire tout seul, donc je te propose, si toi tu tiens le rose, moi je peux mettre le...
Ouais, la ficelle.
Ouais. Ça pique?
Non.
In a week maybe or in 2, the flowers will search the light and come back again and it will look nicer than ever.
Baby step, baby step.
Pourquoi tu es si content?
Je sais pas. Je suis content.
Bon.
Tout se passe bien dans ma vie, donc je suis content.
Excellent. Disait-il.
C'est bon, la banque, ils m'ont appelé, ils ont accepté.
Pour le scooter,
Ouais,
comme ça tu pourras me payer.
ça marche.
Pour toutes tes heures de plaisir sur la
Sur la
tondeuse. Nathan.
Oui.
On n'est pas au milieu.
Comment?
On n'est pas au milieu, regarde.
Ah, excusez-moi.
Je suis très fier de toi.
C'est vrai.
Parce que ça fait presque une semaine entière. I'm really proud of Nathan because he managed to stay in his new job for already a whole week. And I think that's a success. And that's the reason why this week the French lesson will be a bit different. Because he's a grown-up man now. He's almost as tall as I am. And I think he deserves to start a French lesson by himself. Alors tu commences à me poser des questions cette fois-ci.
Dans combien de temps le fleur sera terminé de A à Z?
Dans 2 ans.
Le fleur sera fini dans 2 ans. Est-ce que l'année prochaine, j'aurai le droit à une tondeuse qui roule plus vite?
Absolument pas.
Absolument pas.
T'as une autre question?
Alors Philippe, en ce moment, je fais un peu la fête, de temps en temps. Est-ce que toi, tu regrettes de ne plus pouvoir faire la fête, avoir une vie de parent?
J'aime pas cette question.
C'est vrai.
Mm.
Il n'aime pas cette question, mais on va forcer. Réponds-moi, s'il te plaît.
Oui, je regrette de ne plus faire la fête comme avant, mais sachez que je serai tout à fait capable de la faire.
Alors, oui, il le regrette, mais il est toujours capable de faire la fête.
Tout à fait.
Philippe, est-ce que tu te trouves jeune?
Absolument, mais je me trouve très très jeune.
Absolument. Il se trouve très jeune. À vous de juger.
Ah, ça suffit là.
We are now in the school holidays. Luckily, the girls are at the childminder for a little bit today, and I've got to go and pick up Lily for a swimming lesson in a couple of hours. So I've got a project that I really want to get done today, and it's very urgent because we have guests coming now, and when the weather's nice, they like to sit out in the garden. But, as I'm going to show you, we have these deck chairs that I only bought last year, and look at the state of them. Can you see that? Can you see that? They are really gross. It's too embarrassing to put them out in the garden. So I think the first thing to do is to take off the fabric. It's literally 2 staples. That was easy. Very important thing is to save this little tiny piece of wood here. Maybe I should be photographing the steps of this, because knowing me, I'm going to take everything off and then I'm going to forget how to put it back on again. Like that. Then the wood goes in here. Look at that. That was the colour. Look at the difference.
There's one thing in our garden that goes everywhere, destroys what it finds, and has seemingly no other purpose than being annoying. And no, I'm not talking about our children. I'm talking about Japanese knotweed. This plant was imported to Europe in the midst of the 19th century as an ornamental plant, and I can understand why. It's a beautiful plant, but people didn't know how fast it would spread, and by today it became a real threat to the local flora. In the whole region of Calvados, you can see it spreading on fields. When we bought the chateau, we had several areas filled with these knotweeds, but we managed to get rid of some of them. But we have one area left, and it's since we are here that I try to get rid of it, and they still keep coming. Instead of roots, they have rhizome, pronunciation.
Rhizome.
Rhizome, rhizome,
Rhizome.
rhizome. So instead of having roots, they have rhizomes. So it doesn't matter if you take them out. If there's one of these rhizomes left in the ground, in the soil, it will just produce a new plant. And even if you just rip it out and leave it there, there will be new rhizomes formed on a branch and it will grow again. So it's a really nasty plant. In French it's called la Renovate du Japon. In German, that's my favorite version, it's called Staudenknöterich. And I think that sounds nice because it sounds nasty. Staudenknöterich. And in Italian it's called Poligono del Giappone. And I didn't know about the Italian one. I had to Google it. I just wanted to show off. J'ai lu qu'on peut manger et qu'on peut cuisiner la Renovate du Japon. Ouais, c'est de la famille du rhubarbe. Je te propose qu'on fasse ça à midi.
Il va falloir que je mange à la maison, chez moi. Maman, elle a préparé un petit rôti.
Tu n'as pas confiance en moi?
Non, désolé.
Ok, je vais manger ça tout seul parce qu'Anna déjà elle veut pas. C'est comme des asperges. Donc on va prendre tous les jeunes poussés. Tiens, on va enlever ça. Comme une asperge. Ça donne envie, non? I'm gonna try that now. It's good.
Alors aujourd'hui, tuto, comment s'empoisonner avec les feuilles du jardin.
So Nathan, being basically an accomplished chef now, after 1 week of apprenticeship, he's gonna make his first magic dish. And this is gonna be... C'est quoi ce que tu fais?
De la cuisine.
La cuisine, mais quoi?
Ouais, gastronomique.
La cuisine gastronomique, mais quoi?
Ah, alors, de la tomate.
I think the first thing, you should wash it. Wash it? Wash it.
Ah, faut les laver, bien sûr.
Voilà. Oui, chef.
Oui, chef.
C'est sûr que c'est une bonne idée ce qu'on fait?
On va voir.
Water. Salt for the water.
Alors, ce qu'on est en train de faire, c'est les apprentis sorciers. On essaye de faire un poison qui fonctionne en moins de 3 jours. Par contre, je sais pas à qui on va donner ça. J'ai une petite idée, perso. On donne ça à manger à papa.
Je pense Nathan, on est un peu surcuit. Bon, tu goûtes et tu me dis ce que tu en penses, s'il faut rajouter du sel. Attends. I think it's really overcooked. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Écoute, c'est pas mauvais.
Ça va.
It's not bad actually. It's funny. T'en penses quoi?
Non, franchement, ça va. Enfin, c'est salé.
I'll try it again. It definitely tastes like rhubarb. It's a bit fiber. Yeah, we oversalted and overcooked. I don't know if we overcooked. I don't think you can eat it otherwise. It somehow tastes in between spinach and rhubarb. I like it. I really like it. Olive oil, onion. I think this is... It's interesting. One last?
Non, c'est bon, t'inquiète.
Well, it definitely tastes better than it looks. Oh, my family is back. I don't make the children try because I count on them to feed me through my retirement. But Anna, we made the Japanese knotweed.
I'm not eating that.
It's good. It's interesting. And it's better than it looks.
It looks really interesting. Are you going to poison me? Is this going to kill me?
Non, prends pas tout.
What do you think?
Not good.
Not good. Why not? I think it's something in between rhubarb and spinach.
Doesn't taste like rhubarb at all.
No? Just spinach then.
Tastes like vinegar.
Vinegar?
Yeah.
We didn't put any vinegar in. It's a little bit sour, yeah.
I think I'm gonna just have some bread and cheese for lunch. Sorry.
Well, if nobody wants it, I have it all for myself.
I finished sanding. Well, I've done as much as I could because this is what happened. I only had like 3 of these left, and these are the sanding papers, and they're completely destroyed, and I don't have any more left. And as you can see, the mold hasn't come off everywhere, but it's, I think, good enough. And this stain oil protector that I bought has got a little bit of a colour in it. So I'm hoping with the stain, the amber coloured stain, it's going to hide the worst parts. And plus this area here is going to have the fabric on. And now I'm excited to see the stain go on. Just finished oiling this, and I can see that the color looks really nice. I'm happy with that. I've got to leave it now for 15 minutes. So let's put my timer on. And it also smells really good, this stuff. What's in this? Oh, linseed and tung. I don't know what tung, T-U-N-G oil is, but it smells really good. Next step is to take an old piece of cloth and just rub off the excess oil. Once I've done that, I've just got to leave it for about 4 to 6 hours to dry, and then I can put my fabric on. But I think it's already looking so much better. Look, can you see that? Only another 3 more deck chairs to go. It'll be worth it, right? So I've managed to stitch my line. It's not perfectly straight, but I think it should work. Now I'm just going to put my little pieces of wood in there. Perfect. Right, well, it said that I should leave it to dry for 4 to 6 hours, but it feels dry. It hasn't been 4 to 6 hours. I'm going to take a risk, and I'm just going to hope that it's not too wet. Let's see if I can remember. I think, can you see this? I'm just thinking how I can show you. Maybe I should come down lower. Come down lower. Like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look what I did. Oh no. I stained it. I'm so stupid. Ah! Okay, lesson learned. Leave it for 4 to 6 hours to dry. I think it wasn't dry down here. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can save the fabric and go and wash it. I'm such an idiot.
This is the next problem area. It's the vegetable garden. My mom worked on it a couple of weeks ago, and she did a brilliant job, and I promised her to take care of it, but with all the work going on inside, I didn't have time. So today I take out all the weeds, and maybe we even find some things that I can already harvest.
Well, we're actually the next day now, so I'm now 100% sure that the wood has dried, and I'm just going to quickly staple this on and then it's finished. 1, 2, 1, 2, seems good. Check where I did it here, that's good. And they're done, finished. I'm really happy with that. It's a big improvement. Let me show you the old one. I think it was worth doing. I know Philip thinks it was a lot of work, but it really wasn't. Perfect. This is gonna look so much better in the garden.
I'm surprisingly exhausted now, but it looks better. Not perfect, but better. I still have to take care about the area around the beds, but I'm not going to do that by hand. I have a machine for that. It makes a nice sound. If you happen to have a garden, and if you have a brilliant idea how to handle these weeds, please leave a comment and teach me and educate me, because yeah, it's a lot of work and I don't want to really do that every 2 weeks. So thank you in advance for your help. Chives, we use them for our clients' breakfast when we make scrambled eggs, and for ourselves as well. Mint right next to the chives, and we planted it in a pot because it can get quite invasive if you don't do that. Maybe I need it tonight for a cocktail when Anna forces me to watch football. Here we have strawberries. Look at all these strawberries. Thank you, Mom, for planting them, because we all love strawberries, and I'm gonna harvest them now. Some of them, oh, that's just sand. Are they ripe? I think they're ripe. It's a nice one. Very triangular. Probably someone in the comments will say, oh, you don't have to pick them like this, you have to pick them like that. Oh, somebody's eating my strawberries. What is that? Maybe I can rescue half of it. Or I give it to the children, they won't notice. There's a couple of strawberries. Look at this. I just discovered that we have courgette. And also the flowers, the courgette flowers. You can make really nice things with courgette flowers. You find them on markets in Italy everywhere. They're really nice when you fry them. And in Italy we harvest courgette when they are small, unlike in France, or I think in the UK as well, where they sell gigantic courgette, but they don't have any flavor if they grow too much. This is a lot of salad. And like last year we ended up having too much salad. Well, I'm definitely gonna harvest one now. And I get the biggest one. This is one of my favorite vegetables. It's called blette in French and mangold in German. And if by chance anybody speaks English out there, I think it's called chard. And they're really easy to make. You harvest them, wash them, then you cut some spring onion, fry the spring onion in butter and a little bit of olive oil, just enough so the butter doesn't get brown. And then you put them into the frying pan and steam them. You don't even need to add water if you washed them previously. And after a couple of minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, they're ready. And I love them. And the children hate them. And Anna thinks they are okay. And these little berries here, they're really yummy. They are called ribizl. I'm too lazy to Google that now for you. Anyway, I think you know what it is. Here, it's a mix of carrots and weeds. I haven't really finished here. Probably too many. So probably just like last year we'll have a lot of little ones. But they're good, they were really good. But these dark leaves here, ronen or betterave in French, beetroot in English. So if you buy them in a shop and they are pre-cooked, they don't have any flavor at all, just sweet. But here from the garden, they are nutty and nice. You can cook them al dente. I love them. This is the most amazing plant. It's called an oyster plant. And it tastes like an oyster. It's incredible. A leaf, if you bite it and you think you're eating an oyster. The children's favorite plant, look at this. Oh, yummy, yummy. I must say, seen from here, these roses look quite spectacular, don't you agree? Don't look at this rope here, which I have to cut off. So I'm going to play you some upbeat music in the background in order to trick you into believing that I did an amazing job. Please write in the comments that the garden now looks better than this morning. You could even subscribe if you haven't done it yet and click that bell button so you get a notification each time a new video comes out. That's a great way to support our channel. Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. For exclusive videos and behind the scenes updates, have a look at our Patreon page. Thank you so much for watching.